Evening, everybody. It's 5:30 on Tuesday, and this is your closing comment. It is video number 1480. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. Okay, so day two of the bear market rally, and make no mistakes, this is not the bottom, and this is a bear market. Bear market rallies, as we've discussed repeatedly, tend to be sharp, quick, come out of nowhere, and disappear the same way. Okay, so we had decent news today with the JOLTS, the job openings number. They were down from 11 million and change to 10 million and change, so that was somewhat supportive of the market. And the Dow finished up 825, 2.8%. The biggest winner was the Russell today, up 66.90 or 391. Coming in right after that were the transports, up 453 and change, 364. Followed by the NASDAQ, up 360 or 3.34, and the smallest mover was the S&P, and that was also up 3.06, 122. I'm not going to discuss a lot of stocks. I'm only going to mention two of them. One I'm sure you have already heard, Elon Musk coming around to buying Twitter. It was stopped for volatility once, then it was stopped for news pending. When the news pending was lifted and the news was out, the stock reopened, closed at 52, up $9.46 or 22.2 versus that Musk bid at 54.20. The other stock that I'm going to mention tonight is Tops Ship, TOPS. It's a cautionary tale. This stock has been reversed no less than a half a dozen times. To give you an idea of what that means, Tops just reversed in the last 2 weeks, 1 for 20. But going back 5 or 6 years, it has actually reversed anywhere from 1 to 2 to 1 to 30, giving today's price, which was $6.78, up $3.51 or a dollar, 1.07. The reason I warn you is because this is one of the worst destroyers of equity. To give you a hint of how extreme that is, it has an adjusted high of just under $6 million a share. That means if you would have bought stock and held it, you would have spent 6 million on a share that is currently worth $6.78. So, there are plenty of people who see things on the tape and they look at them, and a lot of times they don't notice. If you go back for a serious deep dive into the history of a stock or a company, this is what you find. So, again, cautionary tale, stay away from it. As far as the Dow stocks today, all 30 were higher. Advanced declines on the NYSE were 6-1 and 3-1 over on the NASDAQ. But with 30 stocks up, the following were the leaders. Goldman Sachs led the pack with an additional 104 Dow points added on. So roughly 12% of the entire move was Goldman Sachs. Then Microsoft, Caterpillar, UNH, Boeing, and CRM, Salesforce, each added between $50 and $52 to that. So you have one stock for an eighth of it, and then you have the next five stocks for a quarter of it. So it was pretty concentrated. This chart on the screen here is probably the most important, and that is the dollar. The dollar has come down in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days from a high of just under 115 to just under 110. Today's move was about 1.4%. It was down a dollar 67. So, pretty extreme move there. Cheaper dollar makes it easier for stocks. The bonds were also up, only up 11/32, which is roughly 3/8 of a dollar. The oil was up $3. And what's interesting about that is because the Fed looks at inflation, which is just one more of the three chair corner in this market, they look at inflation. And here we have heating oil up 16 cents to 353. I want to say, let's just make sure. That is a move in heating oil of up 5% on the day. It has come from $3 to $3.53. So roughly 17% rise in the cost of heating oil in the last 6 days. A look over at gasoline, which the Biden administration continuously tells you about how great they're doing there. It too was up today 17 cents, or just under 7%, has moved from a low of 2 1/4 to a high of 268.40 on 2 1/4, roughly 20% off the low, also in 6 days. Tomorrow we have the mortgage apps, which will be down. You have the ADP numbers at 8:15, and you have trade at 8:30. After that, there's service PMI and the ISM non-manufacturing, but those don't come until after the markets open. Uh, Gold was up 28 and a half. Silver was up again a half a dollar, 51 cents, back to 21.09. And as far as the yield curve, it is inverted. It closed today with the 10-year at 362 and the 2-year at 408. That's a 46 cents for tens under twos. So, if you're a shopper or you drive for a living, you know that inflation is clearly here and we're in a recession, regardless of how they rejigger the definition of it. And as far as the quote pivot, a really stupid term, there's literally no reason for a group of people who so severely screwed up to take any chance whatsoever trying to reclaim their credibility, who is going to flip flop and all of a sudden start lowering rates. It's not going to happen, guys. All right.